Good morning, YouTube family. Barchitas Country Home here. Today is Tuesday, May the, I believe, I'm sorry, not May, I'm sorry, it's June the 1st, 2021. Hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend. For those of y'all that had uh, friends and family that paid the ultimate price, um, that holiday was for y'all. For those people that lost their lives in the military, in war. Um, Apologies for not making a video. I've been past couple of days. I had some time off, and I use that as downtime. Spend with my family. Nothing. Nothing crazy. Just spend time at home and just really relaxed from the grind. And was out and about, looking at some things like I always do. The main thing, guys, going on right now that I saw with my own eyes is, of course, like we've talked about, is the inflation. We have inflation in all kinds of products at the store, and I believe it was yesterday went with my kids, and we picked up some things at the grocery store to make dinner. Actually, it was the day before on Sunday. I'm sorry, it was Sunday, and picked up some of the packaging, which are usually like $1 each, and the pack was so small as compared to the way it's been before. Um, but we know this. The packaging is smaller. Um, the prices will stay the same, but the way they hide that inflation is with smaller, smaller product. Also, I did compare um the toilet paper, because the toilet paper had they were giving us the same uh amount of rolls, and they were saying that they were bigger, but it was double in price. Like 12 rolls, right, for like 8 something, as compared to 12 rolls of the regular roll for like 4 something, almost $5, right? So anyway, I was comparing them, guys, and I put them side. I said, you know what? Let me actually physically compare them side by side. And the ones that are supposed to be double roll, they are a little bit bigger, uh, but not by much. Not enough to justify them being like almost double the price for that pack. So anyway, toilet paper, as we all know, is has gone up a lot in price, and the way they're hiding it is, marketing gimmicks with, it's double roll or things of that nature. Um, this weekend we also had a cyber hack at JBS Food Processing, and this company has a lot of it's kind of like a conglomerate, I guess, because they have a lot of different companies under their label, JBS Food Processing, and they have companies in Australia, the UK, Canada, and the United States, and they shut down their operations until they can get things straightened out. But of course, we all know that we're gonna be seeing disruptions like that, especially in the food, like with meat, like poultry, pork, beef. Um, these are all things that shouldn't be surprising to us, because now these hackers, if they're just regular people, if they're just, you know, um, what's the point? What's the purpose? I guess they have. If it see, I believe that these are all inside jobs. There's people working with governments and big corporations to just keep everything in chaos, to bring about different agendas, especially with regulation, with cybersecurity and things of that nature. So I always believe that for the most part, there's always an ulterior motive for it, um, either to bring greater regulation to their benefit, or to bring regulation and more security with the people, as far as being more intrusive, and just how constantly having us in some kind of surveillance, some kind of control. So I was speaking to my wife yesterday. We were driving around, and I was telling her how, sometimes she'll tell me, it doesn't feel like, when is this gonna happen, or they keep talking about there's gonna be a collapse, or there's gonna be some kind of where is it? Where is this main event? This big event? And the thing is that for a lot of people, that the shit hit the fan, the shit hitting the fan has already happened. They're living through it, and where um, only they know what they're going through, and you know, some people are expecting some kind of a Mad Max scenario, and but I think what's coming is, I was telling her that, um, really we don't want to see that. Sometimes I'm like that too. Like, well, you know what? Let's just get it going. Um, something happened already, but really, guys, we don't want that, especially for our kids, because our kids are gonna, even though we try to prepare to make things as normal for them as possible, in case something happens, everybody's gonna suffer in one way or another. And so what I was telling her was, I think what we're gonna be seeing, to me, uh, the way it's going, is that little by little everything's gonna get more expensive. I was thinking that the dollar might be to where the dollar's no good anymore and nobody will accept payment for it. But the thing is that the dollar is still it's still the main currency used around the world. Even though China's, it's moving up as an economic power and all that, but the dollar is still used internationally and here at home. Of course, people still accept the dollar. They still accept cash. But the thing is that it's losing value. And so what I see coming, guys, what I feel is coming, is where everything's gonna get more expensive. And really, it's not that it's getting more expensive; is that the dollar is losing value, so it buys less. You know what I'm saying? There's too many dollars, and so I think I think the Federal Reserve is just gonna keep on doing what they do, which is just print up money and increase the money supply. But that's gonna have the effect that in it's gonna have the effect of prices going up, because there's just too many dollars floating around. Now, I don't recall if I mentioned this before, but um, this fourth generation, I mean, this fourth industrial revolution they're talking about, guys, everything that we're seeing around here, that's part of it. Um, it's part of what's going on, and this fourth industrial revolution is based on the digital world. It's based on the cyber world, and it's based on data mining, right? And it centers a lot on the poor. They're gonna make money off the poor. There's so many. It's so abstract, right? It's such a weird. I mean, it's such a out there idea, right? It's so against the norm that it's very hard to explain. But they're gonna data mine us. They're gonna data mine the people, um, minorities. They're gonna data mine the poor, and they're gonna do that in different ways, guys. Also, what they're already doing is what they're doing is they're opening up bonds on the kids, right, on the poor. And what it is that they're basically they're monetizing when they help people, right, in different ways. And so one of the ways, okay, so they're gonna make money off of it, right? But at the same time, it's gonna make life harder for everybody else. So, for example, I believe that it's this month, or starting this month, or maybe toward the end of the month. And I don't know how widespread it is, but there's a program that people are gonna be, um, getting like an EBT card, right? If you qualify, depending on how much money you make, the household or however, you know, whoever's the main, if you got one person bringing in money or whatever, depends on how much money the household makes and how many people are in that household. Um, what's going to happen is through the federal government, they're going to be loading up money in a card. It's kind of like, I don't know if y'all recall during the pandemic, um, when we were in the middle of it, at the very beginning, they send out kind of like a card, and that card you could go buy groceries with it. And I don't remember how much money there was in that card. I can't remember. It depended on how many kids were in your household, right? They're gonna do this again, and I believe it's kind of like basically like SNAP benefits to be used for food. So I know that there is people that need it. I'm not saying that I know that there's a lot of people that need help, but the thing is that there's two things. The reason that most people are in that position, right? The reason that they find themselves in those kind of hardships is because it was designed that way. People that live in the inner cities, people that live in the projects, over here in in San Antonio, we call them the courts. We always call them that, but it's like the projects, right? People that live there, uh, people that live in the inner cities, in the poor neighborhoods, in the neighborhoods where the demographics is basically living below or at poverty level. Um, it's been designed that way. The system has been designed that way for people to to depend on the government, and the people that run all this system, right? The ruling class, they know that a lot of people would prefer to just get supported. They work on human nature, guys. So that's one effect. Another effect of these cards, that they're gonna load up with money, is, and the people that already receive SNAP, they'll still get their SNAP plus the new benefits that it's a one time thing, right? Um, they're gonna also get that extra money. So the other effect it's gonna have is that people are gonna hit the grocery stores with all this money, and what happens is it there's so much money, and the supply's gonna go down because they're gonna hit it up. So in a real free market, guys, stock the supply and the supply of things to buy and the money supply are normally in harmony, right? It works together. But there's gonna be so much money out there chasing a limited amount of products, so you're gonna see shortages. At least in my opinion, either you're gonna see shortages, and or you're gonna see prices rise very high, and it's already happening. So I did notice that our the chicken, the poultry went up, not by a lot, but enough to where when I glance at the packs of, like, say, thighs and drumsticks, stuff like that, I noticed that they all went up. Uh, Generally, for the most part, I would always see those packages at like in the high $4, almost $5 range, to like the $5 range, right? Between, like, let's say 480 to 580, 590, right? For a pack of thighs. Well, lately I've been seeing those same packs higher. I didn't see anything below five, and I saw the range go from, like, say, five, the low fives, all the way up to the sixes. You know what I'm saying? So prices went up a little bit. The same with pork, but not as high as I had been hearing that they were gonna go, like, really high. But we're just starting the summer, guys. We're barely going into. We're in the beginning of June, so these prices on the protein, right? Like chicken, pork, and beef, they're supposed to be going high this summer, like a lot. But I just saw the beginnings of it. So, guys, again, don't stop stocking up. Y'all gotta be ready. Y'all wanna be close, because one thing the reason I was saying that we're gonna start seeing prices go up is because most of your money's gonna go to your rent or whatever, and it's gonna go to food, and the prices are gonna go high. You're not gonna be able to buy as much. You're gonna buy less with what the money that you had before, and this is why I always tell y'all to stock up on food. And last night my wife made for the first time we ate lentils, and she made it really good. I had never ate lentils in my life. I've heard of them, and I stock them because I had read that they're very nutrient dense. And she put like onion, and she spiced them up. We made them with white rice. We made some white rice and we put it over the white rice. But she made it like she put spices in it, and man, it was really good. So that's what you're gonna have to do, guys. Y'all gonna have to buy stuff that's cheap, like rice, um, white rice, uh, pinto beans, which is what we buy, lentils. We buy a lot of peas. Uh, yeah, peas. Freeze dried peas also, or they're not freeze dried, but they're like in the bag. I had never seen them like that before, but um, we buy a lot of that stuff for our preps. And those things you can make with other stuff. Like with the lentils, we wanted to try. We cut up spam in little pieces, and we put it with the lentils, and it was wow. The taste was really good. So anyway, guys, it'll give you a variety. The more foods you got, and when hard times come, you have more variety, and the variety helps. You don't want to. Of course, you'll survive if you have beans and rice, right? Um, but that's pretty much it. You're gonna get tired. You're gonna get tired of eating that, and it has a psychological effect. So, anyway, guys, everything what's going on, uh, you gotta focus on here. I pretty much have started tuning out world stuff, world events what's going on around the world, because although I know it affects us, of course, but I'm keeping my eye closer to home, and so um, when you start seeing your grocery store on a regular basis start having empty shelves or emptier shelves, when you start seeing that every day, then it's time to step it up. Sometimes it happens, you hit the grocery store on a day where they're in the midst of stocking up, right? Especially during a holiday like we just went through, or a weekend, or like on the first of the month when people get their SNAP benefits, stuff like that. But when you start seeing the grocery store and other stores like Dollar Generals and Family Dollars, stuff like that, places that sell food, and you start seeing pretty much everywhere start running low or have emptier shelves, that's your signal to start ramping up your preps. I'm I'm already doing that. Um, of course, I've been doing that. I've been doing it regular, um, so that I don't have to go and panic buy. Um, I've been slow and steady, slow and steady. Um, then I'll switch over to medical supplies or um, fuel like propane. I move it around with what I concentrate on. So um, my vehicles, maintaining my vehicles. So I feel like things are starting to pick up. They're speeding up. Of course, that's what they said last summer, guys, and I understand that. Like I made that video last time about crying wolf. Um, a collapse is slow. At first, the signs are there. I see them. A lot of y'all see them. Um, but then when it happens, it's just gonna happen. and people are not gonna be ready and they're gonna panic. So that's what I'm trying to avoid. So anyway, guys, thanks for being here. I'll probably be making a lot more videos this week. I just, like I said, I wanted to take a break. Everything that there was nothing really new going on, except that plant that got hacked. But right now we gotta be in that mode where we're just stocking up and stocking up. Use your dollars as much as you can while they can buy something at this price, because as time goes on, you're not gonna be able to buy as much. The preps that I have as far as food, if I would have waited now, if I would have waited until now to start, um, I would only probably buy 2/3 of what I got. I think I would have had only 2/3 of what I have now. I think that's how much that the prices have gone up in this time, in this last year and almost a year and a half. So that's the way you got to look at it, guys. Prepare now, because later on you're not gonna be able to buy the same amount. That's my point. So anyway, guys, y'all have a great day. Thanks for being here. Y'all take care of each other and love each other out there, because that's what we're here for. God bless.